Hi everyone, I'm Rick Beato. On today's Everything Music, we have a new series which I call The Art of Soloing. This is episode 1. So the purpose of this series is to spotlight solos by soloists in all different genres of music, in rock, jazz, fusion. We're going to talk about what makes these solos great, kind of like my other series. I'd like to begin with a record that was really important to me right when I first started playing guitar. So I started playing in 1975 when I was 13, 7th grade. So this record that I'm going to talk about is Frampton Comes Alive, Peter Frampton's 1976 release that was one of the biggest selling live records of all time, sold 13 million records, I believe. When I first started playing lead guitar, learning solos, this record was massively big. So this was a huge influence on me. And actually, because of the way that Frampton plays and the things I learned from these solos, because he plays really modally like a jazz player, this is what actually led me into jazz, is the solos on here, because he makes the changes. So I'm going to go over a few of the solos from the record in this episode. So let's begin. The first solo we're going to talk about is from the song Do You Feel Like We Do, which was the biggest single on the record. So there's about 5 different solos in Do You Feel Like We Do. We're going to talk about the first and second solos that happen in it. We're not going to talk about the talk box solo. I'm going to actually leave that to another video. This particular solo comes in, I believe it's after the second chorus, so check it out. I'll play along with it. So the chords of the solo section are simply D minor, then A, C, D minor, A minor, C, D minor, which is D Dorian, okay? So C major. So you think about 6 chord to the 1 chord to the 2 chord, okay? And he starts right in with a D minor blues lick. Nothing outside of the, nothing strange there, but then he goes... Right there's your Dorian, right? To the 9th there. A great thing about that is the phrasing of it too. So you've got all these different phrases. That's one phrase, and then that's a totally complete idea. There's 2 separate ideas put together. And then there's another idea that starts. There's your Dorian again. And then you've got, so there's your real Dorian scale. And right there, there's a downbeat. And right there he goes down to A minor 7th, but that's still part of that D Dorian. Right? All Dorian there. So there he goes up. He's using the flat 5 there. And he's right up the Dorian scale. Right? And then he gets into... He goes up here like it's D minor 11 to the 9th. Then down to the 9th there. Then... Let's actually break out the track and listen to Frampton play it by himself. Okay, I'm going to talk about another song off the same record, Frampton Comes Alive. It's called Lines on My Face. This solo happens at 3 minutes and 23 seconds. Once again, there's about 5 solos in this song. Now, one of the cool things about this is that it's essentially a 2-5 progression he's playing over. He starts out A minor 7, then G over A to D sus. I have a phase shifter on because that's what he plays his solo with. But you're going to hear him use F sharp and F natural in different places, and we'll talk about what he's doing. But he's playing an A Dorian, and then occasionally A Dorian, D Mixolydian. Occasionally he's going to A Aeolian in really effective spots. Check it out. Okay, so you hear the solo. It starts out in A Dorian, so. And he goes right to the F sharp on the D chord. Just like a bebop player. Then he uses F natural. Then. Right there is a total Charlie Parker line. He's sus. Then, there's your F natural again. He's using the F natural to make it stand out on the A minor chord to give it that leading into the E natural, into the 5th of the A minor, instead of he's going. That's really, really effective. That's actually modal interchange that he's doing. So he's exchanging that F sharp and F natural to give a different color on this progression, which would just be A Dorian to D Mixolydian. So he's going A Aeolian sometimes to give that leading tone when he's descending into the 5th. So there's another solo on the out chorus that plays over a different progression, which is the chorus progression, which actually contains a modulation. So it starts out to C major, G over B to A minor, then to G minor 7. So that G minor 7 is a modulation, so you're going to hear him play the B flat there when it happens, just like a jazz player would do. Check it out. I'll play along with the solo. Yeah! So the solo starts out from the 3rd to the 5th of C major. He's bending up the 5th of the A minor 7 chord. Then right here, he's a G minor 13. So it's G minor 13. And then he goes into G Dorian again to account for that chord modulation error. Which is just incredibly powerful. And then to the incredible example of modal playing. I'm going to get into some more Peter Frampton in a later episode because there's so many more solos on this record that we can analyze. That's all for now. Please subscribe to my Everything Music YouTube channel. If you're interested in the Beato Book, which has tons of examples of modal playing like this, go to my website at www.rickbeato.com. You can find it there. Thanks for watching.